Coming up on Mountain News this morning, officials from With Love from Harlan say use of their blessing boxes is going up. We take a look at why that might be. And the daughter of a Lincoln County woman killed in a gas pipeline explosion is opening up about the incident 1 year later.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Lacey Roberts, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News This Morning. Today is Monday, August 3rd. That's right, a new start to a week and a new start to a month. Let's go ahead and bring in Brandon Robinson. We know that usually, like you said, normally this month is super hot, but right now we're experiencing some really nice temperatures.
Yeah, enjoy it, Lacey, because it's not going to last for too long. Of course, we'll get back into the heat and humidity, but for the next couple of days, it's going to be super nice out there. We start this morning on top of Whitesburg Pine Mountain there, US 119. Things are fairly quiet there in the overnight hours, and that trim will continue into the daytime hours as well. 59 Monticello, 66 Jackson, 63 Pikeville, 62 London, 61 Harlan, 66 over in Wise as well, and some 64s, Middlesboro, Logan, Ashland, and Moorhead, along with Prestonsburg this morning. That is anywhere between 2 and 11 degrees colder than it was this time 24 hours ago. So a big contrast when you talk about early August. Your out-the-door forecast, scattered chances for showers and storms later today. For the most part, it's going to be a fairly mild day, especially when you take out some of that humidity. Those dew points are lower. 84 won't feel that bad a little later this afternoon. Rest of the forecast on the way here in just a few minutes. Lacey.
Thank you, Brandon. And organized leaders at With Love from Harlan say that they are seeing an increase of people using the blessing boxes around Harlan County. WYMT's Dakota Makeris met with the organization and explains the recent uptick.
A blessing box full of items like shampoo, cereal, and canned goods.
We normally have more increased visitation in the wintertime. When it's cold outside, people can't go outside, or they don't have transportation, so they can't walk to get where they need.
Ashley Bledsoe at With Love from Harlan says since April, the organization has seen an increase of need from the community.
People have been looking for more items to be able to make meals now since everybody's in together.
Bledsoe says as some grocery store shelves sit empty, people may have a difficult time finding canned goods.
There's no soup. Like there's certain items they're not able to get. And so if you have the transportation to get there, but your store isn't stocked, then how are you supposed to fill your own pantry?
With Love from Harlan also serves weekend meals to the community, but some people may be scared to get those meals in fear of catching COVID-19, so they turn more to the blessing boxes.
We always wear masks and gloves and bag the meals so that there is no contamination.
Bledsoe says some people may use the blessing boxes because some may not want others to know they need help. And they welcome everyone.
We're not going to begrudge you a meal. Everybody deserves to be fed. That is one of the human needs that we have.
Serving the community by means of weekend meals or a blessing box.
We are humbled and blessed to be able to fill those needs.
Providing blessings to others. In Harlan County, Dakota Makeris, WYMT Mountain News.
With Love from Harlan sponsors 18 blessing boxes. They also have 20 community-sponsored blessing boxes. If you would like to contact With Love from Harlan, you can do so on the group's Facebook page. And in the 90s, a group known as the Petticoat Mafia shook the town of Benham in Harlan County, doing what they could to help their community. But the torch was never passed on until now. A new group, Friends of Benham, was created by Eric Creech and Kristen Simpson. Both are natives of Benham and saw something needed to be done. Forming a Facebook group, they take on projects in the city, all self-funded like the Petticoat Mafia once was, all in an effort to show their continuous pride for Eastern Kentucky.
There's something special about these mountains in Kentucky. You know, we want people to know that this is a place they can come and experience some of the greatest beauty in the world.
Friends of Benham will hold a meeting on Thursday, August 6th by the walking trail at 6:30 if you would like to be a part of this movement. And restaurant capacity may be limited for now, but Corbin is being creative with its dining options. The city and its Department of Tourism announcing that an area of 3rd Street will temporarily provide relief to restaurants affected by Governor Beshear's recent orders. Corbin Mayor Susie Rasmus says that while the situation is not ideal, it feels good to be able to provide some relief during the COVID-19 pandemic.
We know it's been really rough on our restaurants since early spring, so we felt that we needed to move quickly to make something happen for them and give them the opportunity to expand their occupancy. You know, I mean, we threw this up pretty quickly, but you know, they recognize that it's the effort that we've made to help them.
Rasmus also says that this will be the new norm for the time being until restrictions are lifted. In Elkhorn City, Gold Ring Diner is a thing of the past. The 20-year community staple closed its doors, but its owners are opening a new chapter. Ducker's Barn and Grill is now open, keeping the food and folks from the Gold Ring under a new roof with a new name. Owner Crystal Potter says the name comes from her brother, nicknamed Duck, who died last year. She hopes to provide a comforting family atmosphere and make history.
And more than likely we will. We'll be serving alcohol. Probably the first restaurant in Elkhorn City to serve alcohol in a long time.
Is official, but Potter says that she is expected to see what is to come as she follows her passion with the business that also honors her brother. And the daughter of a Lincoln County woman killed in a gas pipeline explosion is opening up 1 year later. On August 1st, 2019, a gas pipeline exploded, killing Lisa Derringer. It destroyed her home, leaving nothing behind but the burned garage and car. This past Saturday marked 1 year exactly since the explosion, and dozens of family members, friends, and even a few survivors of that explosion filled the now deserted spot. Balloons picked out specifically for Derringer were released into the sky with messages of love and grief.
If you've seen it before, there wasn't a blade of grass taller than the rest. Immaculate, stayed very beautiful. And to see that now, that's kind of hard. You know, because I know she was pretty particular. That part's pretty hard.
A new lawsuit has been filed on behalf of 80 others affected by the explosion. They are suing Enbridge and its parent company who owns and operates the pipeline. And the Veterans Club in Louisville recently came to the rescue following the death of a Korean War veteran. 90-year-old George Devine's belongings were at risk of being thrown away by his apartment complex. He didn't have any family to pack it up, so the Veterans Club cleaned out the apartment and donated anything that could be salvaged to neighbors in need.
I put out the call for help and we had a ton of responses. So people came out with trucks and dollies and straps and trash bags and gloves and masks, and we're all just in there trying to salvage what's good and pay him respect and honor after he passed.
A public service will be held for George Devine and Radcliffe on Wednesday.
Helpers and Heroes, sponsored by Wolf, Williams & Reynolds, serving Eastern Kentucky for Social Security Disability and Federal Black Lung.
It's the beginning of a new month, but our Helpers and Heroes segment rolls on as we continue to honor those and highlight those who are out there working on the front lines across our region. Let's go to our first picture this morning, and it comes to us from Courtney Feltner. This is Courtney and her co-workers at Primary Care Center's Dental Clinic. That's a lot to say right there together in Hazard. She, along with Dr. Ellie Campbell, Misty Boggs, Kim Bryant, Sharon McQueen, Joyce Sexton, Carmel Shepard, Rhonda Sizemore, and Ruby Gamble. It's a lot of folks, and we appreciate every single one of them. Continue to work every day to make sure that they are keeping their patients safe while giving them the best care. Thank you all for doing a great job during this pandemic and always. Our next picture was submitted by Melina. This is her daughters Tia Sturgill and Briana of Madden. Tia works in medical records at Mountain Comprehensive Health Corporation, or MCHC, in Whitesburg. Briana is a nurse also at the MCHC clinic here in town. Both are working hard every day during this outbreak to make sure everyone is taken care of. Thank you, ladies, for being awesome. And finally, our last picture today was sent in by one of our neighbors. This is Deborah Smith. She's originally from Knott County, but now is working in Louisville as a traveling nurse. Louisville is one of the hardest hit cities in our state from COVID-19, so you can't get any more frontline than that. Thank you, Deborah, for your service during all of this. And of course, we have continued to, we're going to continue to do this segment through at least August 31st. So keep those submissions coming. We're getting a little bit low again, so keep them coming. Let me have them on WYMT.com. You can do it there. Helpers and Heroes, search that on the website. There's a place where you can submit photos there, and a lot of folks have been doing it this way. Send them to me in a message on my personal or my professional Facebook page, rather, Brandon Robinson, WYMT. Just make sure you include a little bit of information about them and their full name. The time now is 6:43. You're watching Mountain News This Morning right here on WYMT.